Recorded live from Stockton, California, this is Jammin' with the Best.
2 weeks in a row.
Hi, guys. That's
Unheard
Danny.
of.
That's Double A.
Hi, that's Crash.
We
It's
back.
nice to see you.
This is episode 111.
You know why? Because we can.
Because who's going to stop us?
That's right.
Besides us, who's going to stop
Oh,
us?
no. I hear there's an APB out on us.
I
Stop that shit.
don't think they have any evidence.
Well, the last show.
It's evidence of something. I don't know that
There's
it's
definitely evidence.
probably
There's
criminal.
schmegmo in it.
That's fair.
Probably criminal. Yep. Yeah. Some things have happened.
Hey.
A couple drops. Big releases.
And you had a bag tag challenge this
Ooh,
weekend.
we did have a bag tag challenge.
Keeping it local.
83 people.
Is that a record?
It's
For us.
It's the biggest since I've joined.
Yeah, I want to know the tally keeper. I want to know who's got the records.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Golden Gate had what, probably
Oh,
200 or 300.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Charlotte probably gets
Not even
hundreds.
fair.
There's like a multi-day schedule a tea time type thing. That's cool. I love that.
And they throw a great party in Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
Golden Gate's
Mark
just so
Spittle.
awesome to be.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
It's just a great place to be.
The energy's
Yeah.
spectacular.
That's a fact.
Anywhere in that whole park.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous part. There's a
So
lot
many
of different
things.
parts.
Like there's museums. There's like koi ponds. There's
Windmills.
windmills. There's
Yeah.
all sorts of wild stuff there.
Golf course.
Isn't
And
there?
there's golf course, there's both.
Aren't there like horses and stuff by the windmills?
I'm
'Cause
sure.
I'm pretty sure that's like it used to be like
An
a zoo over
equestrian
there.
center or
Yeah, an
something
equestrian
like that.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I wonder like who has the record for largest bag tag type event, like membership drive. Might be different terms all over, but I would think there's like most clubs have bag tags at this point. They have initial rounds
Yeah.
for that. Like there's got to be like a Charlotte type, Texas.
Who has the
something.
biggest
Yeah.
bag tag? Like, who issues the highest amount of bag tags in a year?
Who has the largest one?
I've seen.
Well, we can win that next year.
Dude, we could.
I think
The
we
one tag's just huge,
Yeah.
so you can see it from across the course.
I don't want it, man. I can't carry it anymore. Please beat me.
How big could you get it?
I would bet there's somebody, some clubs had like 500. I'm
You
kind of
think
putting
so?
a number around there.
Let's get to
Yeah.
it. Well, 500
1,000.
in a year. So where do they have enough participation in an urban area? San Francisco's a great
San
example.
Francisco, like Austin, Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Boston.
wonder, like,
what about
how-
Boston? I mean, are they too
Minneapolis, maybe?
fragmented around Boston?
Yeah, I
Too many
think
smaller
so.
clubs?
I definitely don't know.
Sean Jack would know.
Yeah, but I wonder how popular it is abroad too. Like I
Yeah.
think one of the two of the four most populated courses or like most played courses. I think it's like Oslo and Copenhagen are in the top. I forget which one's 1, which one's 3. This is a couple years old data from Sean Jack because I think Golden Gate's number 4 and Morley, I think in San Diego, is like number 2.
In participation? Like actual,
UDisc rounds.
UDisc, yeah,
Okay.
rounds played
Oh,
throughout
gotcha,
the course
okay.
of the year.
But that doesn't
mean bag
actually
tag
correspond
necessarily.
No,
to
but
bag tags.
man, there's got to be a
There's
good
some
correlation.
correlation,
But
yeah.
I wonder too, like, is that something that's popular in Europe? I should know.
Yeah, you should. You need to figure
Write
that shit out.
down. Write that down pretty big.
The other thing, though, if you look at UDisc, and the one thing that clubs don't do is engage those UDisc members that if you play, you should have an opportunity to buy that local tag, like a keepsake, because there's a revenue opportunity missed there by clubs.
good for
saying,
the club, yeah.
Get anybody that plays, give them the opportunity to throw them something, a URL or something to buy a tag if you're there. If you like the course, buy a tag that supports the course.
I'm gonna put that in
Yeah.
my notes because I'm on the board now.
I'd love
Yeah.
to buy tag number 300
I don't
from
care.
Visalia or some shit. Yeah.
And guess what? You're going
Just
to be
support.
someplace playing a tournament. They're going to say, "I'm a Windjammer." Oh, I got a Windjammer tag. All
Yeah.
right, then we rock and roll.
Yeah, Sam's not my president.
It's connections.
Sam is not my president.
Why?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
He
actually
slips in
really
the
proud of
dirt
him.
too much.
Yeah. I'm glad. It's good to see him like step up. Aaron too.
Oh
you know?
shit!
Like that's great. We're the old heads. I mean, at this
Yeah,
point.
we're fucking retired,
It
tired,
makes sense
and
that
cranky.
a bunch of
That
us
is true.
are
Leave us a little
in the
bit of-
shop or on the board.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time. We talked about that a little bit last week, but god damn it. OTB finally stood up.
I'm allergic to
Good
crashing
job,
in the
Danny.
garden.
Way to motivate him.
I'm allergic to crash. My bad, guys.
I'm allergic to the world, so
Yeah, me too, kind of.
maybe I'm giving you some of my allergies.
The world's allergic to both of you as well, so it's mutual.
Yeah.
But we love each other.
Yeah. So who has the biggest bag tag event? Let us know in the
Yes.
comments or send a direct message to Aaron's cell phone number. We'll flash that
I
on the
was
screen.
wondering how
right
we're
now.
gonna handle the influx of
Yeah, just-
information.
Text Aaron.
Yes.
Snap-
I'll put my
Snapchat.
phone number.
Yes. Yeah, there'll be a poll or an input thing on the bottom of this.
That was fun, dude. It was a cold morning.
Dude, it was freezing. It was. We left. Me and Sam left here, and it was sunny, cold but sunny.
You talking about today?
No, the bag tag.
Oh God, yeah, I'm sure.
And then
it
we
was.
went out there and like we hit Hammer Lane, which is like pretty close to the course, and like instant fog.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it was fog until 12:30 in the like till afternoon.
Yeah.
We started at 10, and like the first 2.5 hours were freezing.
It got a little colder before it got warmer. We really shouldn't complain being in California.
No, you
Oh,
should.
dude, it's
And
freezing.
a lot of people across the country have it a lot worse
Raven
right now.
said
That's in
it's
South
negative
Dakota.
10 right now because like today's like that cold snap that just hit. It's snowing on Pensacola Beach.
Aaron, when I left South Dakota on Sunday, it was minus 19 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that.
Yep. And
But
for
it's-
us, it was
It was stupid.
low 40s maybe when we started.
Yeah.
Such a complaint, but like, man,
No, the real feel
cold
though
for
was
us.
like 32 or 33. Because when it said it, because it was like such,
Yeah,
it was
just under
it was
freezing.
wet,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was so wet.
Oh, and it gets
Yeah.
to your
Little
bones
windy,
when
too.
It's like that.
Yep. And I didn't wear the right shoes or socks, so my feet were so cold.
The when in South Dakota, like what I realized was from 32 to 19 below, from 32 above and 19 below. It's not that big of a difference when it's dry. It's just fucking cold,
yeah, I believe that.
really cold. It's walking to and fro as long as you're not out there exposed for too long. But fuck, man, our cold when it's like 34 and foggy is colder than below 19 in a weird like get to your bone respect.
Hey, I wonder, or like just level of expectation too. I go, man, it's going to clear up. It's going to be a gorgeous day.
And it never did.
That took a long time. It ended up being nice maybe for the last like 5 of 25 holes.
Yep.
And it seemed nice after. I'm going to look up the weather right now.
Hey, props to Coop for setting up a fun course. I saw a lot of good feedback on
Yeah,
that.
the course was fun. Couple par fours that were fun, but easy enough for the field. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I mean, I went for the eagle on one.
Easy is fun. Fun
I went
is
for the
easy.
eagle on one and only ended up like 170 feet off the tee.
Yeah.
I threw a roller and hit a ghost branch I didn't see.
Well, it's not that bad. I'm going
I
to
did birdie, though.
Massachusetts this weekend, and it's going to be low 30s.
Oh,
Nice.
it'll be
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
What's Olympia's weather right now?
I was worried it was going to be a little worse, but heading out there for the expo was
Oh,
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
the like booth map of there basically. Dude, a lot of people going. Like Discraft
Large.
has a huge booth. MVP's there, Prodigy's there, Discmania's there, Innova's there.
You're in
Ton of different
conference center,
retailers. Yeah.
Convention center. Yeah.
Yep. And a ton of fans. I'm excited to see what it's like. Last
So-
year looked like a success.
Is it you got the booths and you got the convention part of it? Is there also the meetings, the breakout rooms, a big bring everybody together?
I think
general
there's
session
a
type stuff?
little bit of that,
Yeah.
but I think it's more for the fans and vending and such. But
Get in,
disceast.com has all the information.
Disceast.com.
Yep, and they're doing the one Disc South in Texas in March, like early March.
First weekend
awesome.
of March.
Yeah, so it's there's 2 of them in basically like a 5-week period.
Great time to kick off the season and get people engaged so they follow.
What I love too is how much the manufacturers have kind of lead into it because it is that slower, part of the season. So it's kind of fun planning a drop around. All right, we got to have something hot for the expo.
Yeah, expectations become now we got to drop stuff. Well, is that when that's too early for team stuff to come out, right?
Team stuff started coming out already.
Probably, yeah.
so it'd
Like
be during that slow season where
Innova
they're not buying the player stuff. It's before that.
yeah,
correct?
that's usually kind of late February, but some of it has dropped. Or like Aaron alluded to, the big germ announcement to MVP. So he's got a particle glow proton tempo, and Eagle has a range.
So that's
Cosmic
their
Neutron.
their announcement disc to put out there.
My guess is that they're gonna have separate stuff than that. MVP does a really good job of trying not to step on the dealer's toes, and they don't do much direct to consumer. What they do is really small amounts and not the same exact stuff that they're giving to us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That particle glow plastic.
Dude, that looks
It's
sick.
like
That has a chance to be
The best plastic ever.
dope. So picture like a Proton, a Champion Z type material with just
yeah.
little glow specks
Ooh, that's cool.
everywhere.
Like metal flake,
so you turn
but
off the
actually
lights and it
glow?
looks like
Oh,
a
fuck
freaking
yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a picture
That's
up on the
awesome.
screen for the fans, but I'll.
Oh my gosh, the technology.
Yeah,
and
go to
the,
our IG.
just the ideas and imagination of disc golf. Is,
Yeah.
with so many manufacturers trying to get a leg up and taking the past into the future, it's all good.
I always
Oh,
wonder
that's
what's
cool.
next.
Oh, that's cool. That reminds me of hole 1 at Boot Fling a few years back, looking at the shooting stars.
Yeah.
I think I see the Milky Way in there.
I remember that. Yeah,
Shout out Boonville like every episode.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Boonville shirt again.
somebody asked about that on the internet about the Boot Fling.
I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it still on?
just if you, yeah, it's still on. Yeah,
Yeah.
The plan is,
It's a go.
going forward. Yes.
Yeah, what is the AVBC news?
They are doing
have much?
Beer Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means
if
the
Beer
Boot Fling
Fest
is on.
then
When's Beer Fest?
May? Yeah, I think it's in May.
First week or two of May.
Similar time.
Oh, we should, we could pump it for him.
That'd be hilarious to if it's like the weekend after Champions Cup, and
you wanna
people are
just
just
get
like,
everybody-
"Hey, we gotta head north." Well, it's like, hey, if you're
Well, the weekend
if you're a
after
big beer drinker, we got a spot you can stop.
I'm trying to get Paige and them to go to a music festival the weekend after
Where
Champions
at?
Cup.
What if it's what if
Browns
it's-
Valley, so it's like
Oh,
right next
that's
to
right.
Browns and Bows.
Yeah, but what if it ends up being the beer festival?
That's probably 2-hour drive in between, but not bad.
Yeah.
For Pro Tour
May
standards,
10th.
that's nothing.
There's nothing.
That's week. No,
That's
it's
the week after.
Up. It's the
Week after.
It's May
Week after.
10th.
It's the same weekend
Yeah.
as the Unz
May
Festival
10th.
too. Yeah.
We're
Well,
first
you
through
can do
fourth.
both.
You could
It's Saturday. You go Friday.
go
come-
one day. Yeah. I mean, the Unz Festival's 3 days, so
and
Not
the-
likely
and the-
going to the beer festival.
But the
yeah.
beer
the
festival
festival's kind of out of the way. And
Yeah.
That's not.
is
as
Boonville
much.
ever out of the way?
I mean, for pro.
Is it ever
tour-
en route?
It's not on route to anywhere. Like it's kind of on route to
It's
Fort
kinda
Bragg.
on the way to everywhere. If you
It's a good stop.
detour, it's
Yeah.
a great stop. It's a good detour.
Yeah.
It's a crazy town, man. They still have like horse and carriages there every now and then.
What's the population?
400,
Is that much?
I think so.
No
yeah,
way.
I don't think it's allowed to change from 420.
I think it is 420.
420 on the sun.
Yeah, it's like they have to vote people off the island if there's 422.
It's 1,018 at the
Ooh.
2020 census.
They got to vote a lot of people off.
Well, maybe people have left. Since,
Well, I think what it
2020
no, I
census.
think what it is there more people keep coming because of all the wine, all the wineries and
Drunks like us, huh?
Yeah, apparently all the locals like are forced like living on the outskirts of it now. They don't really live in Boonville anymore.
Because the winos came and infiltrated.
Wine drunk's a different drunk, man. They've had so many wineries for a long time, though.
Oh yeah, it's an appellation.
Ranger Steve was
a big
talking about
word.
how all the wineries are one of the reasons why the algae is so big in the river.
That doesn't surprise me. They're pumping water like a motherfucker.
Well,
Man.
it's all the runoff from the fertilizers.
That's interesting science.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, but also with the pumping, like that's water gets through the sand, goes
Yeah.
like you're sucking. You don't have to pump directly from the creek to over pump it. You can get
Yeah,
from
but
the groundwater
algae
yourself.
blooms like get bloomier
into
because
the
of
table.
fertilizer.
Yeah, true.
I learned a
Delta
lot.
looks great.
I don't know what I learned, but I learned a lot just now.
And we learned that neither one of us knows shit about anything.
We
both
got
sounded
general
confident,
ideas. Hey,
I was just going off what Ranger Steve told me. I was drunk when he told me
well,
it, though, to be
Ranger
fair.
Steve has lots of knowledge,
That guy's smart.
and he can play. Some
He
fucking
literally
music,
lives
too.
in the middle of a forest.
Yes, he does.
And he's going to blow his vocal
Handy
cords
Woods.
out in 2 weeks. Or 2 weeks.
So,
yeah, maybe 2 weeks.
As
He
much as
screams.
we love to talk about Boonville, the Boot Fling, but Hendy Woods, you go to Boonville, you stay at Hendy Woods, and he is the modern day Hendy Hermit.
Yeah. That's what it
They
sounds
built
like.
him a house. He doesn't have to live in the logs or anything, but
Yeah.
he's our modern day Hendy
Well,
Hermit.
good for him, man.
Yeah,
We
he's a
love
park ranger.
Steve is.
Steve is
Not
great.
a Green Power Ranger Steve.
Yeah. What's the name of their band?
I'm supposed to remember this shit.
Me too. I should know this also.
I should know this stuff too.
Log lifters.
Log lifters.
Yeah,
yeah.
log
Yeah.
lifters.
Let's
Ranger
go. I got
Steve
you,
and the
Steve.
Log lifters. Yes, log lifters.
Yep, that's a good trip every time.
Yeah. Every August.
Yes. Hey, so June Handy Woods trip.
Danny won't be here.
Fuck off.
I'll be gone.
I know.
I'll be gone. I should be back right before Boonfling
That's
again.
all right.
That's going to be 3 years in a row.
Padre will come.
Yeah.
We don't need you. We have your dad.
Good.
We can
you
take
guys,
Sam
somebody's
Billy
got to look
Sammy.
out for you
We
guys.
can take
Somebody's got to look out for him.
Can Sam leave the shop for a week?
We got to ask Mila.
Ask Mila, yeah. I think so.
I think so too. They'll
Yeah.
both come.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Family will be there. Be good.
Yeah.
Dave will be there.
Everyone
HBD.
listening is invited to join them on that
the
trip.
That'd
Handy
be
Woods
fun.
trip. It's
Yeah,
a
come
Monday through Friday at Handy Woods State Park, and pretty much we have all the campsites we need.
Can you imagine if an extra just like 30 people showed up that
Be
weekend?
sick.
fucking
actually.
awesome.
Yeah.
We'll let you know closer to what the sites are. Happy birthday, Dave will tell us what sites we need to get.
It was director of camping
And
operations.
then you just get one that's available around that. You'll be able to look.
Every
at
good group needs a director of camping operations.
that. Absolutely.
That's
Every
true.
good group.
That's true. That's festival talk right there.
Yeah. I'm not the person you want in
Gotta have
charge
some
of that, though.
coordination.
What are you in charge of?
Exactly.
Good times.
Are you the only one in charge of that? That's a lot of pressure.
It seems to me.
I'm in charge of late night festivities is kind of what it is.
Seems to me that every time somebody comes around here, they have a good time, and we can blame Aaron for that.
I think he's undefeated. Yeah. in that realm.
I at least
1,012 rated.
I at least keep things
A good
open
time.
late.
Decent.
It's 1,012.
It's good local fun then. I don't know if it's like touring fun.
I'm not a touring
He's got some work to do.
Yeah.
I got to grow.
You got to step up your game.
You got to hit the practice. You gotta
Tough
practice.
times for
Hey,
10,
you're going to
12
get a
rated.
chance during Champions Cup to really up your game because this is major.
Dude, it's crazy because it's an extra day of fun.
Yeah.
Is it really an extra day? It's
think
an
it's
extra day of competition. That doesn't mean an extra day of fun.
No. You
But
haven't
with the
heard
cuts, I
the
agree.
cuts. Yeah, the cuts. There's gonna be bigger partying.
It was mentioned last week, but yes, the cuts are a huge factor in the fun factor because you're right. Once people are cut, they end up
I
at the
think
shop
there's lots
24
of
hours
extra
a
fun
day.
to be had about things we can't even talk about yet.
Hey, wait. What are we talking about?
We're not.
We're
I
not.
guess.
No.
He was supposed
You know
to be
what?
the director of fun 2 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Sorry, we can't talk about it, but it's going to be fun. That's all I know.
Like for the tournament or for
Yeah.
everything? Or is there news that is breaking?
It's not. I can't break it.
It's not broken?
I was not allowed. I'm not allowed to break it.
Who are we talking about? Are we talking?
Sean Jack told us this news.
Oh, Sean Jack did?
Oh, yeah, there's extra fun.
There's extra fun to be had at Champions Cup weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye on that
Sean, you
Wednesday.
don't fucking tell me shit, dude.
That's the
I don't
spoiler.
appreciate
Keep an
that.
eye
I
on
thought
that
we were
Wednesday.
homies. I thought we were friends. Jesus Christ.
I wonder if people are going to get
probably
here
knows I'm gonna
earlier
tell
too,
everybody.
given that it's a major. It'll be a roughly similar course. I think that's easy enough to share. That there are very likely going to be, I would say 2 layouts, but that's probably stretching it a little too far. But I think half the holes have a decently different alternate pin. I think
Yep.
is a fair enough way.
So that's how you get more courses is you change the pins.
Yeah.
So that's in play this year is changing pins. That way,
Yeah.
it
We
changes
changed
the
2
courses.
pins last year.
Yeah,
At
9
least.
or something like that.
2 pins for the ladies. I think maybe only 1 for the men.
The ladies, change 2 ladies pins.
Yeah, and 1
Yes.
men's pin.
I think that's
believe.
happened a few years. Like
No,
having a
last year was
ladies.
the first one.
It
We have
was?
ladies have different
tees.
pads.
Yeah.
But the pins. Well, no, I'm talking
I
about the ladies. Actually, the pin actually moved in the middle of the tournament.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so that'll happen a lot.
change
That'll
of
happen-
course.
that'll
The
happen
course
more,
changes.
yeah.
Well, because you have 4 rounds, so
Yep.
you really don't want to play the same place 4 times.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Also, tickets went on sale, and in the tickets, they kind of told the news that you could see hole 18 from Pirate Island.
Oh.
So that is a course change.
Oh wow, that's a huge course change.
Yeah. Excited about that.
that
I
is-
think we can spoil
Well,
it. Also.
Leonard-
Well,
Leonard's out there
it literally
doing
says
magic.
in like anyone with that 2 and 2 that's been there can understand. Like
Yeah.
from Pirate Island, you can't see hole 18's
Yeah.
basket.
So
No,
hole
you cannot.
17 from last year's hole 18 now.
Yep.
It's a great ending hole.
It's amazing, man.
Wait, say that again.
Hole 17
Is the ending hole?
is
Yep.
hole 18 now.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So Pirate Island
yeah.
is right there.
Yep.
I did like the fact that Pirate Island, like, it kind of drags you off the course by waiting for that last group to come in, and it was well designed prior.
Mm-hmm.
This will be interesting to see how because then the party ends there.
Yeah.
And, instead of taking
Oh, yeah,
everybody
the
off
winning-
the course to
That's
18
true.
That's
and
true.
then over towards it, like you're pretty much dragging people from that area over to 18
18's
where
green.
people are waiting, and it's two separate groups. Now everybody will be over by Pirate Island.
It's true. And there's going to be bleachers.
It's all good. It's
There's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah, yeah.
bleachers on the left side of that hole now.
Makes
The left
sense.
side,
So
yeah.
where OB was, there's going to be bleachers all over.
There's
right
the
there.
natural hill, and then
Yep.
past that you need the
Dude,
bleachers.
the natural
yeah.
hill's going to look so sick lined with people.
Oh yeah,
Because
absolutely.
there's so much shade there and everyone sits there kind of anyways.
So there's been a group there for the past few years that has been like, that's their hill.
Yep.
Now they're
Modesto
sorry,
crew.
folks. Sorry,
the
Motown.
Modesto
You better
folks.
go. You better go talk to.
No, you got more people to party with now.
You do.
You're
but
gonna
you
make
gotta have
friends.
Your Motown, you got to have your Motown area.
You got to show them the ropes.
You
You
gotta
know what I
show 'em how
mean?
to
You got to
handle
be
that hill.
Maple Hill Hole 8.
Yeah,
Anyone that's going, Pirate Island is a spot to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
It's the spot to be, especially
Celebrity
once,
visits.
especially once FPO finishes.
Is it going to be able to be bigger footprint?
I
Because
think it might actually shrink slightly
for
to
GA,
make room for, well, not necessarily that, but I
Shrink
think that
for VIP.
access may or may not
It's not
happen. That's
VIP,
above
it's
my pay
GA.
grade.
the island is just the platform is VIP.
I think
don't
maybe
think
just the stage. I don't even know if that's policed, but that's a separate story.
Yeah.
But they're going to change the long hole, which was what, 12?
12, I think, yeah.
It's changed a
the
little
water
bit.
carry, the big water carry.
Oh yeah.
The sick par 4.
Going into our green hole 11
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
I think it's going to have a par 5 pin position this year
Yeah.
So it's going to go further out.
to our like existing hole 11 tee pad area, a little bit north of that.
Yeah.
Oh, you just fried my brain on that
Yeah,
one.
right on. But I think that's so Pirate Island footprint might shrink slightly. Man, that was a tongue twister. I
But
got
I
it
think
though.
that's all right. It brings people a little bit closer.
Oh, that's crowd management is important, very important, and making it like the one thing they've done year in and year out is made a tighter area where you could go here or there or
Yeah.
There's a lot of
You don't really need
space
to
you
go
don't-
that far.
No, because
like
you can
the
pay
back side of that. The back side of the course is fun, but not like.
yeah, but so next if Pirate Island's going to be that big, we got to find a place to put a screen of it's not maybe as big as the one in the food court, but a screen out there with if you're 18 and you have all that around you, scores posted.
Yeah,
just
that'd be
like
great.
Yeah, scores.
You got your scores posted. You got to
Yeah.
Scoreboard would be dope. Yeah.
Scoreboard.
correct,
would be
which
dope.
is it's still an LED board. I mean, you can have live. You
You can have anything on there.
Yeah, but you got to have scores. Live scores up there would be spectacular out in that area.
I
But
mean, if you
do
could get
multiple ways.
DGN going live, I think it's way more valuable than scoreboard. Scoreboard's cool, but getting the scores on your phone is easier than getting DGN.
Where's the
Yeah,
best spot
just
for it
having
where
it.
you wouldn't block views though? Because I can't even imagine where it would go without blocking.
Well,
a
it
view.
depends on how the redesign goes.
Well, the
Yeah,
redesign's,
no.
the redesign's
Because
going
you
to be
still
the
have the
same,
teasers.
more or less. Like I'm not picturing the redesign being.
It's
that
a good
much
point. It
different.
would probably have to be the egress
Over-
point,
It would be over by the
like in
pub
front of the
house.
building. Yeah, exactly.
Pub house, yeah. Pub house bathrooms right there facing the. it
That's
would
a
be
problem
facing-
for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good questions.
Yeah,
Hey, just
I'm
ideas.
excited. Pirate
So
Island.
the Shawns know that we're thinking about rocking us out.
They know we're capable of thought now. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a major. I'm thinking about the beer now too. Like we got to
we gotta
get
have
with
good beer.
Oh,
Morgan.
So
we have some cool things. We're doing a special beer.
wait,
Yeah.
what?
Horace with
Horace
Kyle
Ales?
Harrop.
Core is
They're in
Ace.
SoCal, like
Corey.
Oceanside area. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think
All
that's fine. Greater
Really?
Yeah, down south.
LA, San
And,
Diego area.
This man collects courses. Also, he's played thousands of frisbee golf courses.
And he makes good beer.
Big giant beers, barrel aged bourbon stouts and stuff.
Okay.
Like big. We did a tasting here a month ago,
Yeah,
roughly.
with some heavy beers.
The lightest
Delicious.
beer was 14.1%.
So this is cellar beer.
I think it's
This is
13.8,
to
but
put
yeah.
that cellar.
13.8, but yeah, it was big, and the one we settled on was like 14.5 or something
Ooh,
like that.
Jiminy Christmas.
Really
Yeah.
good beer. Really good beer, but
Woo.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that'll
that's
be
a-
we'll be doing a OTB release with that. So special.
Oh shit.
I would
not-
say collector's item, but that's not really the
Well,
goal, I guess. I don't know. Really
you want
limited.
2
rather.
bottles,
Collector-
you want to drink one, or you want to put one in the cellar.
Well, it's collectors.
cellar beer.
It's collectors in the sense that you want to drink it and put it on your Untapped.
Yeah.
If you're an Untapped person.
But that's why you buy 2.
Yeah.
That way you put one in the cellar for
So
10 years.
Horace's
For
beers,
science.
Horace's
See what it's
beers,
like in a
the
year.
only way to buy their
Yeah.
beer normally
Yeah.
is to be on their newsletter. And their newsletter has more people than the beers they make. When the newsletter comes out, you just instantly buy it. You can't buy it anywhere else.
So
You can't
supply
go there and
demand.
buy it.
More demand than supply.
We should
Yeah.
get Kyle on the podcast.
We should. He's super interesting dude. Knows a lot about things.
Yeah. He came
Fuck,
what, a
dude,
month
call
ago?
him up, bro.
Now we'll get him on the. I got a few interesting guests that I think would be
Yeah.
well
Is
suited
it
for
time
this.
after two back? We're ready for guests.
I mean, why
We'll
not?
see, man.
I almost drug
Guests are
Joe
fun.
Smith in here.
Oh, we should do that also. That's a great call.
I just played golf with Joe.
Nice.
Yes,
Joe's
it was
great.
fun. Yeah.
Joe runs Swinson.
Ball golfer, but has been instrumental with everything that we've been able to do at Swenson,
Yes.
everything the Shawns have been able to do at Swenson. It's an excellent partner to work with and a champion for disc golf in the ball golf world.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's news there. I don't know if I should put it out on here. I mean,
Oh, all right.
disc
There's
golfer.
other ball golf news.
Yeah. Yeah. That there's lots of news there. Yes.
Yeah.
Do I need to tell you guys about it?
I don't know that we need to hide anything. I don't-
Joe
is-
resigned, but he
I
also
didn't bring him in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joe
in the same spot.
resigned. He's no longer with Kemper. Yes.
Whoa.
This is
We
breaking
just
news.
lost our
Yeah,
champion.
no shit. He's no longer with with Kemper. So
We have a
That's
new
our-
person.
you guys didn't know.
No.
No, yeah, he's no longer.
stay out
Well,
of
we
the
don't know.
loop with-
There's not yet. I'm sure there's a corporate put somebody else in charge, but yeah,
So it's still Kemper, but he's done at Swenson.
he's done it. Yes, correct. He's
Wow.
still running first tee of San Joaquin, which is huge. He's the executive director, which is the best youth golf organization in the area.
Sure.
If not further than the area, than the local area. But yeah, he parted ways and he's doing the executive director stuff. But he did bring in the mini putting, and
Yeah.
that's what you were alluding to.
That's why
He
I was
did
trying to
good.
figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I'm just curious how that's gonna affect our world, right? The disc golf world and with Swenson and stuff. So we'll see. Time will tell. But right now we got Champions Cup to look forward to.
Yeah. I'm excited for Champions Cup.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's gonna be
1% of me is
spectacular.
sad that it's not called OTB Open, but
Yeah.
the other 99% of me.
So
is
wasn't
really
it- Wasn't there a push to be OTB Open?
No.
Like the
There was a push for it to be called.
Champions Cup at OTB Open.
Yeah, that was Sean Jack's idea, which I
That's
thought was
fucking spectacular.
great.
Yep, not
Try and
happening.
shove that. I know, of course not. I'm going, no, it's Champions Cup. It is the Champions Cup. It's not. It is the Champions
I
Cup.
mean, but they say Champions Cup at, or
Yeah.
not in other sports, they'll be like the
The
U.S. Open at what?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But not this year.
No, not this.
It would be the Champions Cup at Swenson Park
Sure, which is still cool.
instead of the Champions Cup at sponsor.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
I get it.
Like
I
if
get
it
it.
was, if they had,
But,
for
like,
example,
aren't we
like the
technically
U.S.
still a
Open
sponsor?
at Waste Management, they wouldn't call it that. I don't know the
Waste
name of that
Management,
course in
the-
Arizona, right?
Yeah.
TPC something.
Well, they're not going to move it. The Waste Management Open isn't going to move
Yeah.
from where it's at.
No,
the-
but
No,
like if
but,
they
like, if-
somehow hosted the U.S. Open there for a year.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
be at the Waste Management.
No, it
Open,
wouldn't,
No,
but-
That's
no,
my
it would be
point.
at the course. Yeah, correct. That's where that. I understand that fit. Like,
I just feel like we're still like a sponsor though.
We are
well,
definitely
duh.
Like the title sponsor, correct? Ish.
are you?
yeah, with MVP for sure.
Yeah.
Because MVP has always been the title, correct?
It's been
Well, not always, but
OTB Open presented by
By-
MVP.
yeah. So MVP,
They're the presenting sponsor.
Mhm.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And OTB Open because we're in Stockton,
Yeah, and
Because-
we do
and
a-
you
a
sponsor
good
as
job.
well,
Yeah.
and you do nice things too for the sport.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's a
I've heard.
great three-legged stool
yes,
partnership.
I've heard your philanthropic efforts are successful.
Yeah, well, we do what we
You
can do.
You support the sport. Yes, very well.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day. I forget who I was talking to, but basically that I think it was with Latitude 64, someone with their Sweden operation, but kind of just saying that we love sinking our advertising money back into the sport. We know that we could probably get more ROI with Google, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. But being able to put it back into the sport feels like the right thing to do for the sport, for the individuals that it supports, for all of it. I just think it matters. It's an investment into the very long term, and it feels like the right thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, without all the players and tournament directors and tournaments, there would be none of this. So
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. It's like
So small sponsorships, large sponsorships. It's something that's important to us. But we've always had a problem saying no. If you've been listening for a while, you know that.
it's hard
Yeah.
for TDs, anybody that's doing something for disc golf on the local level and bring in bigger tournaments, like grow that local sport and then bring in outsiders. It's really hard to get sponsors, and it's really, you've always supported
Sure.
in every which way to grow the sport. And it's hard to do with local businesses that aren't attached to disc golf. So, filling in for any lack of support out there in the disc golf world, you've done a really good job of it.
yeah,
Try. Yeah, no doubt. It's small help, big help, anything
Yeah.
in between, whatever we can do to try to make people's lives a little easier. In that sense, if you're a TD, it's certainly not easy. So yeah, we'll try to help. Hit up Sam.
Hey,
Yeah, hit up Sam.
let me tell you though, as a TD out there in the world, it's OTB has made it the easiest for script and payouts for AMs, because anywhere in the world your script's good here. Whereas with OTB, whereas at your local, sometimes you're dealing with shops that aren't local, but you go online and buy. Whereas some shops aren't. You have to use your script when they show up at the course or at a tournament. So it's very limited. And now,
Yeah, I mean, we used to do payouts for tournaments all the time before we had any online presence, and you got to buy it that day.
yes,
We'd be there until 10 at night.
Oh, dude, that was so
those
crazy.
days.
I was talking with Jesse at Trash Panda about Greggy setting up and breaking down. I was like, I don't miss those days
oh my god,
at all.
oh,
Like, those were so hard. Like
it's a gypsy
some
show.
of the longest, like
It's a gypsy show.
13-hour days ever.
And playing
easily,
most
yeah.
of the time.
Yeah,
And
setting up,
eating.
getting there before
And
people
we had
setting
2
up.
kegs.
Yeah, that made life a little easier. Yeah, doing the online payouts, super simple with Steve at OTB East.
Yeah.
Full custom stamping machine. We're actually building out the order form right now. I think that's basically done. We'll be debuting that at the expo, but we can do players packs with multiple brands, and we could do all the online payouts. Super, super simple. That's something we're going to lean into a little bit more this year.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Phil knows what he's doing.
Yes,
Steve
Phil.
and the crew at the East Coast.
Yeah.
Just good partnerships with manufacturers.
And then Sweden. And then just,
Sweden.
dude, let's go Sweden. Let's just worldwide, international, my friends.
That's the goal.
Mhm.
That's the goal. Well, and then future disc golf, they would just keep kind of getting projects, like huge projects that kind of end up in my lap.
Steve Dodge, Future Disc Golf.
Yep.
Is that, yeah.
So future
Tell us
disc
about
golf
that, please.
is started out of the Åland Islands. I'm always going to pronounce that wrong. So
Åland?
sorry,
They have the
anybody.
most
Oh.
courses in like
It's the islands that got famous, like 4 or 5 years ago, for putting in
Vacations.
like 16 courses, I think,
Like,
on the
on their
islands.
tiny little plot
Yeah.
of, oh yeah, they're
So yeah, it's right between Finland and Sweden. I think technically it is property of Finland, but Mats Adamczyk out of the Åland Islands was the guy who spearheaded the project of bringing all the courses there, and he's kind of the mastermind. Him and 2 guys, I think a Norwegian and a Swede, Rikard and Stian, are the 3 masterminds behind Future Disc Golf, which is basically a series of juniors tournaments, like a bunch of different qualifying events. So for the US specifically, which has been kind of dropped on us in a really, grateful way, has been dropped on us to handle. So that's Steve Bro, OTB East, myself, and Steve Dodge. So Steve Dodge is kind of organizing all of the qualifier events, working with the TDs. Steve Rose doing all the partnerships, getting sponsorships. I'm doing like just the I don't know, I guess behind the scenes business, like financial director
Take
side
care
of it.
business. Once an accountant, always
It's
an
a
accountant.
501c3.
Yeah,
it's
of course.
already,
Yes, yes.
filed.
I thought you got out of accounting.
Will fortunately filed all of them. for us.
Shout
Just
out Will. He does
delegating.
my taxes.
Yeah, Will
also.
Stevenson is. Oh, he's doing my corporate and personal. Like he's our guy.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
our guy. He doesn't wear a tie. He's our guy.
He's
He
great.
does not wear a tie.
Oh, that's also we got to get Steve Dodge on too. He's got to
100%.
come back. Come back.
We got to get him to Champions Cup.
Yeah, I talked
I'm trying to get
him.
everyone to Champions Cup right now.
Yes. You know, he needs to get the fuck out here.
That'd
When
be
was
cool.
the last time he was out here? Oh, did he come to an SFO?
Yeah, for
He
sure.
went to
Yeah, because I
Canada
met
one.
him. I
We-
met him. I've never
Yeah,
been out there.
He was on episode
Yeah,
7.
Yeah.
well, because when Pro Tour.
Or no, we
the Pro
didn't
Tour.
end up interviewing him, but we talked to him that day.
But yeah, the Pro when did Pro Tour because he started Pro Tour
Yeah.
in early
Yeah, so the
SFO.
the
but that was
Future Disc
awesome.
Golf, a bunch of juniors events. The goal is to showcase the best of the best and provide a very professional atmosphere for the juniors and try to get a bunch of them out there that have all qualified, the best in every country, to go compete at the Åland Islands in 2025, this year in August,
Yes.
and next year. The next year, after that, so at 27, will be at Maple Hill. And so
That-
the big the big US event is going to be at Maple
Oh
Hill
my goodness!
in June.
Are they playing the gold?
It's the Maple Hill Open too. That's going to be.
That's
I don't know exactly the layout. That's about
And then
my pay
also,
grade.
I'm pretty sure the big tournament at Åland is like a camp also where they
Yep.
teach you how to play and stuff.
Yep.
So you're bringing in new blood
Yeah.
into
I mean,
Washington.
or you're just the good blood that's already there is now going to get coaching.
Yeah.
Is kind of what it is.
Okay,
Absolutely.
fair enough.
Which
So
is really
you've
cool. I
earned-
think
you've earned the right to get
'Cause, like,
some more instruction.
in
Clinics
baseball and
from
things.
the top pros. It's the week after Worlds.
Is this Q school like for
It's
To an
amateurs?
extent. I mean, it's
it's
a mix
it-
of first.
It
tee and
reminds
Q.
me of like in baseball, like they have these camps where you go to and it's like
Yes.
a little bit of like a scouting thing and
Yes.
a little bit of instructional. And
We
like
gotta
it's a
start
combination
scouting.
of both.
We gotta start scouting. We
I mean,
gotta start
there is.
bringing
Like,
up. The
I think the
young
scouting
kids.
department is
weak.
no, I don't think it's
You
weak.
don't think it's
I think the
weak? You don't-
training department is weak. I think the scouting department's fine. There's so many 15-year-olds on all these teams.
But
Like there are. There's
on
tons of them.
all the
Yeah.
all the
the manufacturers
manufacturing
teams.
teams.
Yeah, that's the scouting department. is the
yeah, that's true.
manufacturers.
That's true. But there's still so much untapped out there.
Scouting department's better than training, but it's still weak. I would argue.
I suppose.
I don't think that there's much of like an effort going into scouting. I think they
Yeah.
they happen upon these
The
people
cream
or
rises.
the kids reach out. I don't know how
Yeah.
much like nobody's sending,
Sure.
people out to go view these tournaments.
No, there's
Maybe
no
not.
scouts
We can
out
agree
there.
to disagree.
Yeah.
Well, there are
No.
scouts
Not
because if you're
interested
on the team and you're going out there and you're
Yeah,
and
I think
you're
there's plenty of people that are like, "Hey, look at this guy. This guy's
yes,
good."
your
And they're all
group of
local.
influence.
It's
So
like
you're
the-
local.
I think there's a difference between like what people think are like in baseball, what scouts actually are, which are unpaid dudes that just have an affiliation with the club. Like
And
my
get maybe
homie
a royalty for getting a big
my
prospect.
my homie Quincy Noble was
Yeah.
a scout for the White Sox for a very long time. He was my coach. He never got paid. He
He
might have
just
got paid
loved
at
it.
some point, but he was a regional scout for the White Sox
And
in
he
the
loved
Stockton
it.
area.
Yeah.
And he just was also a high school baseball coach that saw all these people and was just like, "Yep, I know that guy. That guy's good. That guy's good."
Yeah. Yeah, you're pointing out the
And
good
I'm
people.
sure all these companies have that to some degree in the
it's
big
their
places.
team. Their team gets out there
Yeah.
and plays. Because the one thing about it's old school baseball, it's old school football, it's old school every professional sport
Yeah.
where your team that you bring on is out there playing the local tournaments, playing the local courses, playing everywhere, and playing weeklies and whatever. On your team, you have a diverse group of people from
Yeah.
top pro to bottom to amateur or street team, and they're out there and they go, "Hey, this is the guy for you,
It's also just easier
or the
to
girl for you,
to
or the- yeah.
recognize the good talent in disc golf because the pool's kind of small and the kid on the younger range of things. So, and then the rating system sort of helps in that regard. Whereas if you see some
That is
14-year-old
true.
kid popping off at 990 a bunch of tournaments, you're going to be like, yo, all right, this guy's got some skill.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and so I think disc golf's a little easier in that sense. But what it doesn't have at all is like, you can't go hire a disc golf coach.
No,
Well,
There's some.
It's getting better. It's
But
getting
like-
better for
But
sure.
like, if you think about it in baseball, like how many baseball schools are there in Stockton?
Yeah, but
There's like
you know what?
7, bro.
In California,
mature sport.
I could go
It
hire
is, it
James
is.
Proctor right now.
Yep.
And so that's fucking huge. That I could go hire Paige Pierce probably right now if you know said, hey,
To
can
some
you come give me
degree,
a
but
lesson?
what I'm saying though is like, I don't
And they're
think that
reachable.
I don't think that like
A,
I think
a
there are-
casual golfer is going to do that.
no, I'm not even saying that. I don't think that these pros are necessarily good teachers.
I think some are, some aren't. But like
what's his
Michael
face?
Jordan's not the
Sammy's
best
a
basketball
great
coach.
teacher.
Well,
Sammy's
who
a
was
great
it? Was
I
it
agree with
Yakub? Some European just signed like with a coach, like his first ever coach, and the coach is like an 870 rated
it's
player.
Yakub.
Yeah, I think it's Yakub.
Yep.
And the coach is like not a very good golfer, and everyone's like, "See, this doesn't matter.
No,
Like
it
being a
doesn't.
good golfer doesn't matter.
Yeah. Couldn't agree
Sometimes-
more.
Doesn't.
Sometimes you just like understand how the body moves and things.
It's mindset more than form.
Yeah, was
No,
Butch
I think
Harmon
it's
ever on
form.
tour?
I think it's a lot of
Maybe.
form, but like
there is.
there's some people that don't know they can look at somebody and be like, this guy's doing this thing wrong, but can't do that themselves.
And situational
and
awareness
also-
as well.
And also, I think people that are really, really, really good have never had to think about their form. Like
There's
very
definitely some.
they're
truth to
not. So
that.
they're not
And-
self-conscious.
and no,
Yeah, just raw talent.
no, it's not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And so it's
Just
people
natural to
people
yeah.
that don't have as much natural talent have to work really hard to get
Yes.
good, and then they understand the form better because they actually had to break down their form.
Oh, who's our John Daly in the sport?
Like everybody.
Interesting. But
No,
just-
a very extremely successful degenerate. Sorry, John Daly. I wasn't saying he's not, but he smokes,
I
he
don't think
drinks, he
he's gonna
just doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't fit the picture of a top level athlete, but he could go out there and kick anybody's ass for the most. Well, he could.
Yeah.
He's older now, and he's not. But he was
good.
really good.
He was good.
He,
was
wasn't Jack Nicklaus. No, he wasn't
No.
Tiger Woods. He wasn't.
no, but it
Nicholson.
ended up being a brand name.
Are
For
you
sure.
kidding me? He's still making a killing.
Yeah.
And he's
Not that
still
it-
getting drunk in a bar going out on the street, hit somebody's window out.
Probably. Not gonna argue that.
Coaching is the thing. Disc golf doesn't have a ton of.
No, they don't. Well, there's not
It
a lot
has a lot of people trying to give form advice.
It's-
That's for sure.
People are breaking into the space for sure, but
Yeah.
it's not as personal as.
But like
other
I could
sports.
argue,
Other sports.
Stokely's done it forever.
Yeah.
No. Once again, you can point to like individual people, but like
In industry.
some dude
Yes.
in Yuba City, California, can't just go hire a disc golf coach.
No.
Where
Well, yeah, you
they-
could.
He'd have to give like virtual lessons with Connor.
Where-
O'Reilly
where,
or
like-
something like that.
Not
and okay,
necessarily.
maybe Yuba City might be a little too
Not
small, but
necessarily.
like
No, I get what you're saying.
someone in Wichita, Kansas, there's going to be it's going to be
Yes.
way harder to hire a disc golf coach than it is to hire a golf coach, a
There's
baseball
not
coach,
a local established
correct.
answer
yeah,
everywhere.
And that
everywhere, and
but
there
that-
is in every other sport practically.
that comes into
Every other
curriculum, though.
mature
Sure, sport, you're mature, but man, what
That
disc
goes
golf
to
is
curriculum.
50 years old now.
It
which
is, but still,
decently
it's
I
young.
could argue.
It is young. It
Extremely
is
young.
young. I'm not
because you look
disagreeing
at
with
what's
that.
in curriculum at
I'm also
middle
not saying
schools and
it's
high schools.
I'm not even saying it's a fault. I'm just saying like this is a spot that's growing. Like it needs to grow into.
Yes, it needs to be in the middle schools.
Yeah,
and
and
high
which is
schools.
also like why
And
the
that's where
future
you
of
get
disc golf thing
coaches.
is so cool. Like it's the only camp maybe not only, it's one of the very few disc golf camps I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like where they like, stay at the place.
Yeah.
There's a tournament involved, but I think the bigger thing about this is like there's instruction involved.
Yeah.
There is.
That's pretty cool.
I think
That's
it's
a cool spot.
awesome, and I think it's something that the sport needs more of. And it's-
Agreed.
We want to put them through like interview processes.
you
like,
gotta
be
think
able
about-
to teach them the business
Yes.
side of things is what
The
I'm
future of disc
excited
golf.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
literally all
really-
aspects of it.
But really, going back to scouting and this idea and what's going on here, it costs a lot of money, and it's not as easy to get to this. You got to win, which means you got to you got to be in a position to get there.
Well, and that's
And
one
way
of the
to get
beautiful
there.
things about future disc golf is if you win or if you're in the top like 3, you're going to get travel assistance
Yes,
from Future Disc Golf
yeah.
to be able to get there. So, I mean, that helps, and it's something we're proud of.
What I get at is going back to the curriculum thing. Like, golf isn't necessarily in middle schools, but once we get, which we're close, we got some colleges with golf teams. Once you get into the high schools and you get into the curriculum there where there's a team that can play against other teams, that's where you end up in the situation where other sports that we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that's the start of it, at least.
Get it
Yeah, it's
more
a
and
start,
more
of
like
course.
normalized
Correct,
as a sport. That's if you get it recognized at the collegiate level, which it already is to some extent.
Yeah.
You know, get it more recognized as, you know,
It needs to become an
kid
NCAA.
into cheer. Are they into football, baseball? It's like, actually, they're on the disc golf team.
Yeah.
Like that's not anything you hear right now. Fast forward 50 years,
Yes.
maybe it's more common.
I think you would. I think you could end up with it. Well, and that's up to the local guys in every area to have relationships with their schools.
Yeah.
Because anybody can volunteer to be a disc golf coach at a high school and that plays disc golf and can go in there and at least get some other. If you get your local club to go to the high schools and say, hey, we want to start a club team, you can do that. And then that would further it.
Yeah, and it really takes engaged, you know, student athletes and engaged teachers, or, you know, someone in the administration. And, you know, there is that at a lot of places right now, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
There needs to be that at a lot more places. So I would, you know,
step
empower
up disc
anybody
golfers
to step up. And hopefully that's something, you know, year 2, year 3, whatever, that we can help to do with Future Disc Golf is really establish, you know, just the elite events for the youth of our sport.
Be awesome. The amateurs, the top amateurs, youth and amateurs. Like,
I think something needs to happen too, where like one of the governing bodies, maybe it's even the Future of Disc Golf, not really a governing body, but establishes a curriculum for schools. So it's just super easy to, like, if someone needs to do it, it's like, hey, we already have like some sort of a curriculum. And like, for to get into PE, there has to be a curriculum. That's how any of these sports.
Well, to an extent.
And how do you make it as easy? How do you make it as easy as possible for like
Mike Soria did it? I gave him a basket disc, and he's got an PE.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but like for some random dude,
how do you scale?
How someone that doesn't. That's all I'm saying is you have it ready for people to do. So then they just search like, oh,
how do you scale it? How do you scale it? You go to PE teachers or a PE teachers conference, and you say, introduce disc golf. We'll give you 20 blowflies or soft putters and a basket, and just do it out in your out.
And once again, you have a curriculum though.
They do dodgeball still.
Yeah, you have a curriculum though. Like that's the whole thing. Is like somebody
here's how
needs
you putt. Here's how you mid range. Here's how you set up a. It's very simple. The curriculum is very easy to set up. But once you get it in,
100 discs.
Even
all I'm saying is someone needs to do it.
Even more than the high schools is just being able to put a flyer up and say, join the disc golf club.
No, I see. I don't even think it's that. I don't think getting people to join a disc golf club is the way to go. I think
at your high school, and then
you get it into PE. You get it into PE.
I agree.
First.
I think that leads to that.
Yeah,
I think getting a PE is what leads to that.
Yes, because then the kids come and say, "Well, I want a disc golf team."
You need awareness and you need opportunity.
You need both. God dang it!
Yeah,
that's why the world needs Aaron and I.
I just think that getting a curriculum and that's like easy and well, like you can just literally go to a website, print it off, take it to the school, bang.
Which is pretty sweet. Sammy can put together that curriculum.
Well, I mean, it feels like a Uplay or Edge or PDGA thing, but you know,
definitely Uplay, PDGA, for sure.
No one else is gonna do it. We'll fucking
let's just fucking do it. All right, we got to call the action, boys.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll. Unless you got something else.
Nope.
It's after 4. So
he's missed his meeting.
No,
you missed your meeting?
I told him I would be free anytime after 4. So
let's roll.
Yeah, well,
I haven't got a call yet.
So hey, tune in next week. We're gonna do this again. I promise.
Let's see what next week is. I'll be here next week.
Cool. See, look at that.
Yeah. It's the Monday after. I'll be calling in from.
We don't want to tell you everything today.
Washington.
We need to wait for tomorrow, next week, to tell you more.
Yeah. All right.
And this has been a great 2 warm ups.
Yeah, I'll see you guys after I go to the expo. Hopefully,
fuck yeah! When are you back?
Nuggets from there. It's a quick trip. I leave Friday morning. I come back Sunday night.
All right, we'll see you Monday.
Yep.
Monday. Let's do this again. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.